Ah, the marvelous Martini, the delectable drink that E.B. White called the elixir of quietude. But how does one make this incorruptible cocktail? And what are the origins of this uniquely American invention? That is what we are going to check out. Rogers here, Ted Rogers. And with that introduction, yes, there are a great many people who do think that the James Bond Martini, also known as the Vespers, is the pinnacle of perfection for that comely cocktail. But there is a problem. You see, back in 1951, when Ian Fleming first penned the recipe, he was very specific, not only as to the ingredients, but as to the brands. And the issue is this: the distillers have all since changed their recipes. So, what are we to do? Fortunately, my grad school friend Brian, who is not only an excellent historian, but also a brilliant bartender, has come up with a recipe that vanquishes the 1951 Vespers. So, here is a simple solution to the elegant elixir. I have put about 1.5 to 2 cups of crushed ice into the shaker already. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 ounces of Bombay Sapphire Gin. Add that. It is, of course, an exact science. Now, I'm going to take 1 ounce of Grey Goose vodka. Add that. And then I'm going to take a 1/2 ounce of the very dry Dolan Vermouth. And I'm going to add that. There we go. Now, I've got 1 also large piece of lemon peel here. It's not, as most people do, they'll put in just a zest. You don't want a zest. You want a large piece of lemon peel. It's not going to go in right now. We're going to do that later. So, let's see what we can do. Now, one of the keys that Brian taught me is that once you've filled up your cocktail shaker with ice and ingredients, now this is a fun cocktail shaker. My grandparents bought it almost 100 years ago. You shake it long enough until the cold actually makes your hand hurt. So let's get to shaking. So, while the alternative universe Ted continues shaking the shaker, there are a few fun facts about martinis that we can take a look at. Namely, the origin. There are 4 competing stories. 2 of them are on the West Coast during the gold rush years. So let's take a look at those. Now, the first legend has it that a gold miner who struck it lucky went into the saloon in the town of Martinis, California, and ordered champagne to celebrate. The bartender didn't have that, so he mixed gin, sweet vermouth, bitters, lemon, and maraschino. A dubious blend at best to call it a martini. In the next version of the story, virtually the same thing takes place except in the city of San Francisco with another sweet drink. The East Coast version says that a bartender named, of all things, Martini, working at the Knickerbocker Hotel in New York, developed a cocktail specifically for James Rockefeller. This cocktail contained gin, vermouth, and orange liqueur. Again, it seems a bit sweet to call it a true martini. Now, the most plausible story is unfortunately less romantic, but it goes like this, and it fits very well with the North American narrative to tend to both shorten names and also our tendency towards branding. So here's the story. The Italian vermouth company, Martini and Rossi, promoted a cocktail that was part gin and part of their vermouth. It was originally called a gin and martini, but barkeepers and patrons alike simply shortened the name to, You guessed it, Martini. Oh, I think I heard Alternative Universe Ted finish shaking, so let's go check it out. All right. Shaken, my hand hurts, and we have the lemon peel, a large chunk. And again, what you want to do is you want to crush it over the glass like that to release the oils. And simply pour. Take the lid off, it pours a little easier. There we go. And enjoy. Now, the reason why you shake this is because you want to actually lessen the alcohol content a little bit so you can actually enjoy the cocktail without worrying about anything to come. Enjoy. Now that is perfection. I hope that this has been fun and informative. For more fun recipes, travel tips, and videos, check out our website at historybytheplate.com. Oh, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. It is fun and free. Happy cooking.